Well, I mean, when you have, a plane practically crashing on live TV, Jesus.
Yeah.
If you're a talk show host and you can make a half hour to 45 minutes out of that, you should just quit the business.
Well, then let's delve right into it.
Can I start by just saying last night it was going to be a nice night of just relaxing on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay and I got some takeout.
Whoa, what'd you get?
Burritos.
Great.
That should help my system, hopefully.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's only in the morning you eat healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it.
I don't know.
He's like one of the. It's like those chicks who just. I just had a salad. Yeah, when everyone's around, then no one's around, they got a whole Entenmann's cake in their face.
Binging and purging.
I love having a new guy around like Bill Burr because all the stuff you're witnessing and observing, these guys have seen for the last year.
Yeah.
We've been here almost a year already.
Yep.
Like, Bill watches me take all my breakfast shit out of my bag, and he's just amazed.
It was ridiculous this morning. And I know some girl called up yesterday and was a little upset with me commenting on Opie's breakfast. But today you brought in your own Tupperware bowl.
Yeah.
And it was just this huge. He pours out this cereal that you didn't even know what it was.
I was just trying a new cereal. I'm all about trying new cereals. There's so many out there.
That's what she complained about?
Yeah.
All the other shit that was said yesterday.
No problem with it. Skated on everything, but that upset her.
If someone wants to eat oatmeal, I don't think you should give them a rough time about it just because you want a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. That's not good for your colon.
That was it. I love that voice from the HBO special.
She was pissed off that I was commenting on his breakfast.
Well,
but you poured it out in the bowl, and it was, again, like gravel.
I was surprised even.
Yeah, even you went, whoa, what's this?
It was like pouring a bunch of little rocks into a bowl. It was just like...
My rule of thumb is never be surprised by your cereal. I pour out Raisin Bran. I know what's coming out of that box.
And then I'm pulling out blueberries and raspberries and strawberries.
Big handfuls, throwing them in there. What is that going to do?
I don't know.
Make them dump.
And Bill is just sitting there just amazed. He's like, what'd you say? Because I don't want to wreck your line. It was pretty funny. Something about butterflies. Like, shouldn't there be butterflies?
You know what, Opie, with that setup, there's no way
I know. So I'll do it myself.
What did you say? It was hilarious. Something about the butterflies. Now you say it.
Yeah.
With a sentence that already has butterflies in it.
Was it butterflies, though? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, something.
That butterfly should have been...
setting you up for disaster.
Horrible straight man.
And you just don't fall for it.
You'll see I'm a great straight man.
No, you are. I'm just saying.
I will save you on many, many occasions on this program. You watch.
The third Smothers brother. Who just never made...
Was there a third?
Yeah, he tried to set up the other one, but he would fucking be saying the punchline. To keep his pants... Why do they wear red suspenders? He's fired.
Anyway.
What did they wear just to keep their pants up? It's like...
Exactly.
Well, sometimes they do that, yeah. All right, so... Basically, it was movie night.
Yeah.
Movie night, takeout, couch, little blankie.
Aw.
You know, setting up the living room perfect. I actually even was lighting some candles, just getting really relaxed.
Very nice.
Just a nice, relaxing night.
Any aromatherapy going on?
Nah, some scented candle.
Vanilla.
I think there's it smells like fresh linen or something.
Ooh.
Fresh linen.
Isn't that lovely?
Enough with the candle scents. There's too many of them out there now. And all of a sudden, I'm like, before we start the movie and cut into our burritos, I wanted to get a quick update on this stupid Rita thing.
Scented candles and burritos?
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
It's just kind of odd mix.
It is really an odd little combo.
It equals it out, though,
Yeah.
Sure.
Keeps the air fresh.
Just in case.
Never know.
You got to let one slide out. So I turn on Fox News. Or was it MSNBC? Or was it CNN?
Didn't matter.
Do you even know anymore? They're all advertising that they have the best coverage as far as the hurricanes go and everything else.
Yep.
But do we really know which one's better at this point?
I will say I'm going to credit one of the stations.
Which one?
MSNBC.
Oh, they went with it the longest. You're right.
Not only did they go with it the longest, but they removed their graphic from the bottom of the screen.
You've been begging for that.
I was screaming. As the plane is circling around, they showed it for a while, and they kept their graphic up, and I'm just screaming at the TV, Take the fucking graphic down. It's a third of the screen that is now gone that you can't use. You're losing 1/3 of the picture.
Right.
If this thing cartwheels or something, you're going to lose some flinging flaming bodies or something in your graphic. Of course the people want to see that. So right before it landed, they clicked off of their graphic.
Right. Well, so
thank you.
So I turned on the TV and there it is. There's the JetBlue.
Yep.
Plane in deep trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Or so the newscasters wanted you to think.
Yeah, well, you never know, right?
And then I went to CNN, and they had I think they went with the expert. They were the ones with the first expert, and the expert comes on and goes, nah, this is basically routine. Nothing will happen. Yeah. It's a drag. The passengers will be very nervous and scared, but nothing's going to happen in the end. And you can just feel CNN and their news faces there just getting pissed off, like, how dare you say that? We need the ratings. We need people to stay tuned.
You hear in their earphones.
All right, cut this motherfucker off.
Right.
Don't let him say another word. Start playing, replay, pull up the clip of that farm plane, the plane that crashed into the farm field and cartwheeled in flames. Please, pull that up. Kick this guy off.
We see our ratings plummeting. Come up with something.
You want front wheel sideways not be a major issue?
Yeah, for some reason it's not. And you know how they knew? They had experts on there that said, oh, this has happened a few times.
Yeah.
We've landed. They had a pilot that actually landed a plane, was one of the experts.
I think it was
had that problem.
The Columbus flight? There was a flight into Columbus that this happened to.
Yeah.
The exact same thing.
And he landed it, and the way he described it was exactly what happened. He said that the tires will blow, they'll skid on the runway, there'll be smoke, but the strut should hold up, it won't collapse, and... You know, the pilot will keep it center of the runway.
How strong is that strut that it didn't collapse?
It's got to be pretty goddamn
I would kill
strong.
to hear that black box tape as they're landing, just to listen to what the pilots say.
Yeah, it's like going down. Here it comes. Keep the nose up. Keep the nose up.
So, you know, I had to watch the damn plane thing instead of my movie. And then they're saying, hey, it's going to land within 5 to 10 minutes, and an hour later it's still circling, burning off fuel, because we learned a lot about...
the A300.
We learned a lot about planes last night, didn't we?
The A300 cannot dump its fuel. I did not know that.
No.
It doesn't
JetBlue,
dump its fuel.
JetBlue got a great commercial last night.
Yeah.
A great commercial. They're talking about how they're the safest fleet. They got the newest planes. They all use the same planes. So
experienced pilots change planes if they need to.
Yeah, and they jump in one cockpit to another, and it's the same plane. So
they said that themselves?
Huh?
Yeah. They were saying that?
Yeah, it was a huge commercial. And they're like...
never flying them again.
And then satellite TV for everybody on board. You know? Great safety record.
That's like saying, dude, my car's been running great lately. And then, fuck!
I've never had a problem with my car.
Yeah. Our planes never crash.
But then stupid CNN wrecked it for me. We bitch about the news, with their fear-mongering, but, I wanted to be riveted all the way to the end, and the stupid expert wrecked it.
I was certain that strut was going to snap, the nose was going to slam down onto the runway. It would probably be all right, but you were going to see some major league
goes
damage.
Through the windshield.
Yeah, flies through the windshield. Just something other than just a skidding front tire.
His headphones jerk him back like when a dog runs too far on that. Those awful JetBlue worker shoes flying off his feet. I believe they're the Reebok low tops that the waitresses wear at TGI Fridays.
Fly out the windshield.
Flavin' white socks.
And then they were wondering if the passengers were watching the coverage.
Now, of course, we all know if we've flown JetBlue that they have TVs in the back of the seats.
I've flown JetBlue many times. Love the airline, actually.
Yes, and part of that TV service is the news channels. You put on Fox News, MSNBC, any one of those, and watch it live. So people were watching the coverage of this live on the plane that was being featured on the news.
Right.
Knowing that there's people on the ground hoping that they're going to crash.
Right.
Just so they can see it.
Of course, because CNN, all of them were doing this. Well, hopefully this will be a safe landing.
Safe landing.
They weren't hoping for a safe landing.
We're all praying. No, you're not.
We're praying for the safety of the passengers. No, you weren't. Stop.
You want a ball of flames down the runway.
Right.
That's what they want. Oh, no. Oh, no. You'd have heard the newscaster. Oh, my God. Oh, no. This was what we didn't want to see. Oh, no. The fire crews are coming out as he's just jerking his big heart on under the desk.
Right.
Oh, God. God, no. Oh, no. Oh, there's bodies. Oh.
You would have saw, like, the reporters chasing the planes with their little handhelds.
How does it feel to be on fire? Like as the body's rolling to a stop.
Please tell me you saw on MSNBC the guy with the old-fashioned...
What did he have?
The old-fashioned microphone?
He had like it was an old 50s style microphone.
What was her name? Alison Stewart? She interviewed us once, right? Alison Stewart from MTV.
I saw a guy with that microphone.
No, I know, but she commented, we apologize for the microphone he's using, is basically what she said. And they go to him, and it was hilarious to see.
We're here at Lakehurst, New Jersey, awaiting this JetBlue dirigible to come in. The lines are coming down now. The ground crew grabbing them. Oh, my God, it's burst into flames.
He did. He had that oldie style microphone.
That 1940s crooner microphone.
Yeah, the crooner. Where you cup the back of it with your hand as you caress the mic stand.
Yeah, like it's some whore's head.
Oh, and I'm calling you. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
That's exactly what it was.
The plane is landing. Oh, blah, blah, blah. When you're flying JetBlue. Women swooning in front of it.
Just banged like 20 stewardesses a month.
And then it touched down, and we saw the flames and stuff, and
a lot of sparks and rubber flying out.
And made me, sit up on my couch.
Well, the most exciting part was right when the mains touched down.
Right.
Like before the nose touched down, because then you're watching, going, okay, this is pretty much it. It's not going to stay like that. The nose is coming down, and he brought it down really slow. Did I guess what they call a great job.
Right.
And the gear hit, started sparking, flames.
You're describing exactly what they're showing on TV at this given moment.
With a telestrator on there too.
How many times are they going to show this video today? And there's the flames.
Watch when it stops. How short it stops. It's a pretty long shot of the plane, but when it actually comes to a stop, they really must have been jerked forward. And then, the tires are gone, and then half of like what you bolt the tires onto is worn away. But then it stops, and it's pretty abrupt. I'd assume you'd get thrown a little, like,
No, yeah, I see that.
Some of your overhead baggage may have shifted during the crash.
Dude, how crazy are those people going when the thing comes to a stop?
They are
party time. Like your team just won the fucking Super Bowl. That's it.
The pilot was standing outside the cockpit. He's like, not a problem.
Well, they call it a cockpit, my friend.
Yeah, they said they said he was smooth as could be the entire time.
Yeah.
The entire time.
I think he came on the radio and said something like a little movie catchphrase, something that would have fit in a movie line. There you go. Welcome to LAX, people.
Well, because now, just a normal flight, everyone has to clap as soon as it lands.
Yeah.
So they must have been just cheering.
That was like in for a couple of years, and people finally stopped.
I don't know. Last time I flew, they were clapping. It's like, why are you clapping? This is
did his
supposed
job.
It's supposed to end this way.
Do that when the deli guy makes your sandwich. Yeah, ham and Swiss.
But the pilot finally had some excitement in his life.
Yeah.
These guys probably like flew in Nam or somewhere.
The Gulf War, the first Gulf War.
Yeah, no, a lot of them have. I've talked to a couple of pilots after shows. They say it's pretty boring. They can do that cross country flight. It's just takeoff and landing's the only time I fly the plane.
Not being shot at.
Oh yeah.
The pilots finally got an opportunity to show what I could do. Because they train for this shit.
Guy probably landed on a carrier deck with half his tail missing on his F-18 or something.
Yeah.
All shot up. Fucking lands the thing, gets off. Yeah, where's the bar, motherfucker?
Right.
You know, and then he's flying this thing. It's like, oh, the wheels turned?
Yeah, it's like a station wagon.
Yeah, it's like nothing. It's like Dad's car, right?
You know.
He should have shut off. He should have shut off an engine just to make it interesting.
Just to make it really fun.
Guys, I'm going to shut off an engine just to make it interesting.
I bet he went to the airport lounge afterwards and was like, accidentally but on purposely talking real loud that he was the guy who landed the plane.
Well, when I saw that it was twisted,
Right.
I knew it was going to be a little trouble bringing her in.
That situation, you got a couple of options. Either you can let the fear get to you, or you can strap it on.
Yeah.
How you doing, honey?
It's like when I was in my F-18 over Baghdad back in '91. It was,
You guys don't want to hear this story.
yeah, but, you do? All right. Anyway, we had some heavy AA coming up at us. Jeez,
Well, let's
man.
go to some of this audio and see how they handled it on TV, okay?
Dude, he goes, get your facts right. It's an A320, not an A300. An A320 is a variation of an A300. Fuck dick. Dimitri K. from Jersey. They correct me, by the way, about 20 times a day. And I don't read them usually because they're wrong. They correct me on things and they're wrong. Some word that was used the other day, and I read it, and he goes, no, it's this. And he puts the wrong word up there. And I didn't rip him apart, but I'm not going to sit here and let Dimitri badmouth the United States of America. I'm not going to let him badmouth me for something I know is correct. Asshead. Dimitri K. You know something? Banned. I'm banning him. Ban this.
You might have a point, though. Is that an
No,
A320?
Anthony.
What?
You can't ban him. He's not as smart as you. He
I-
was mistaken.
All
I
right.
thought he was right.
All right, look, I won't ban him, but
Don't ban
next
him.
time,
Don't
if he does
ban
it
him.
again, he's banned. I'm not kidding.
Just don't ban him.
Jesus.
We need all the
You got-
listeners we could
In
get.
touch with your inner Bill O'Reilly there. Just shut up.
I'm banning you.
All right, let's go right to the audio here.
Yes.
There is praise all around this morning for a JetBlue Airlines pilot who saved his flight from certain disaster in the skies over Southern California. ABC's Miguel Marquez reports from Los Angeles.
It may not look pretty, but it was no doubt the best landing passengers of JetBlue Flight 292 ever had.
I had my head between my legs and smelled a little smoke, but
And that's just funny.
Yeah, well, the first witness talking about having his head between his legs.
Well, let's hear that guy.
Here he is again.
Two ever had.
I had my head between my legs and smelled a little smoke, but we stopped and everybody cheered.
Oh, had my head between my friend's legs, and it stopped, and we cheered.
Smell a little smoke. A lot of friction going on.
Smoky. Yeah, I saw him on the news. He was, very happy to be safe and sound and on the ground.
I think he was one of the passengers crying up there in the air.
For 3 hours, the Airbus 320 with 146 on board circled, burning off fuel. Its front landing gear bent at 90 degrees. The flight left Burbank and landed at LAX only a few miles away, but it was a very long ride.
When you start hearing about fireballs and big booms, you get a little scared.
Passengers watched their own drama play out, literally in front of them. JetBlue has live TV at every seat.
We were able to see Flight 292 headed in and an image of my plane kind of hovering above, and it's like, stewardess.
And the reunions on the ground couldn't have been sweeter.
Welcome home, kiddo. You belong here.
Another Airbus 320 had a similar incident in 1999 in Columbus, Ohio. Landing gear at 90-degree angle, and again, no injuries. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating this latest harrowing incident. For Good Morning America, Miguel Marquez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Jock has a problem on line 5.
Yeah, we're gonna go
Jock.
to. Go ahead.
Jock.
Hey, Professor Anthony,
Yes.
you're wrong. F-18s cannot land on an aircraft carrier. That's an F-14.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Tell everybody on the USS Stennis. Tell
Okay.
them that there is no FA-18s landing on their carrier deck, my friend.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Will do.
You know nothing.
Yeah,
F-18s.
F-14s land on them.
Just F-14s.
And A-6s.
Dude, you're an idiot. F-18s are like the frontline carrier-based attack jet these days. Are you insane?
Look it up.
Look it up. All right, let me look it up. F-18 carrier, FA-18EF Super Hornet aircraft carrier takeoff from the John Stennis. Here's a movie that if you were here, you could watch it with me, of an F-18 taking off and landing on a carrier deck of the USS John Stennis. Dude.
Okay, I'm punching out.
No, you're not. You're in flames.
How do you know all this shit, Anthony?
I watched the Discovery Channel.
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
My God.
All right, let's say hi to Tanner, also in Atlanta.
Tanner?
Tanner?
Yeah.
Hey, Tanner.
Hey. Professor Anthony, I won't call BS on you too, but you're right on that other call. F-18s do land on carriers.
Yeah.
It was established.
Yes, thank you.
But,
An A320 and an A300 are completely different aircraft, my friend. It's like calling a 727 and a 737 the same thing. Completely different.
I don't believe that. I believe an A320 is a variation of an A300. Like if you talk about a Boeing 767, sometimes it's listed as a 763, which is a 767-300.
No, not
or a
the same.
400.
My friend, an A320 is a shorter range, smaller plane. A300 is much older, but it was a longer range aircraft.
All right, I'm willing to take Tanner's word for it.
All right, check it out. But you are right on the F-18. So
I'll do my research.
You're 1 for 2 today, Professor.
Thank you, sir.
Anthony's wrong today?
I don't know. If I am, you know what the saddest part of this whole thing is? I'm going to have to ban myself from instant feedback.
Anthony,
and then I won't even be able to read it.
If you were on that JetBlue and you had the basic cable and you're letting them, they're dumping fuel, what channel are you watching? Would you finally just quit the Discovery Channel and just watch a little MTV?
Nah, if it's something cool like Lions of the Serengeti, I have to stick around till they sink their teeth into the zebra's neck. But
yeah, who's the asshole watching TV and not following the coverage?
Yeah, some people, they said change the channel.
I'm going to watch the Cartoon Network. What an ass.
This is a good Simpsons.
Right.
Your plane's crashing.
Right.
It's on the TV. Yeah, I thought, because some people said they had turned the TV off, and I thought it was kind of like the Coyote when he pulled the window shade down when his little house was on the train tracks, and the train's coming toward him, and he looked and just pulled the shade down.
You got to keep the TV on no matter what.
You got to. I heard they turned it off, though, 10 minutes before it landed.
Well, that's just procedure.
They turned the service off.
They do that on normal flights.
Hey, could you keep it on? We're a little interested in this program.
Yeah, really.
It's not like you're missing the end of a movie you've seen already.
I was watching that.
Yeah, I want to see how this ends.
Yeah.
All right, we got more audio. An exclusive interview with one of the passengers.
Yeah, it was almost like at the beginning of the flight, and somebody behind me goes, "We're on the news." And everybody changed it to the channels that we were on, and you just like an out-of-body experience.
Michael, let me ask you about the pilot and the flight attendants. Did they convey the sense of danger or urgency in this? And I know they moved all the luggage to the back and they moved passengers to the back?
The crew did an excellent job. I was really grateful for the work that they did, and the pilot was wonderful, I thought. We got some of our information from them and some of our information from the news feed, and again, it really was surreal. I mean, I kept having to look out the window, and I was almost looking for the camera.
All three of you are getting on planes again today to try to finish this trip to New York?
Yeah, that's right. I'm getting actually on the same flight.
And how much fear do you have today?
I'm too tired to be afraid.
And I just think that, it was just a freak accident, and, I can't live my life in fear. I live in New York, and I was there, for 9/11.
Oh, stop with I was there for 9/11 shit.
Oh,
I was there for 9/11.
Stop it.
Yeah, we're special people because we live in New York, and we were here for 9/11. Holy shit.
I know.
She was probably nowhere near the
Exactly.
People
are so full of shit with that, too. I did a college gig right across the river in Jersey, and these kids are trying to say, yeah, when the towers came down, we felt the ground shake. It's like, no, you didn't.
Stop it.
I was on the Upper East Side. I'm on the same strip of land.
Did he mean it figuratively speaking? Felt the ground shake, maybe?
These interviews with the passengers are horrendous because it's just like, so when you didn't die and nothing happened?
When you had experienced the smoothest landing you've ever experienced?
Yeah. That's why they were hoping for a fiery crash with some survivors.
Yep.
Did anybody sprain anything? I had my head between my legs, and I was smelling my balls. I'd gone to Gold's Gym right before the flight because I had to do my ab workout. So my balls were a little musty. I was getting nauseous.
Well, let's see if there's anything else in this interview.
And I was there, for 9/11, so you know how that attitude is with you have to live your life.
Do you all three feel that you really narrowly averted death?
No.
Yes.
Definitely. At one point, I went to the bathroom and looked at myself in the eyes and asked myself, am I ready? And I really had to wonder for a moment whether I was or I wasn't.
I think he jerked off for the last time.
Yeah.
He almost let that. I looked myself in the eyes and had my cock out.
How to spank it.
That's wonderful. Am I ready?
You know what?
Are you punk? Just talking to yourself. You ever talk to yourself in the mirror, and then when you're done, you feel like the biggest ass? Like, why am I talking to myself in the mirror?
Talking to me?
Right.
First of all, if they're allowing you to go to the bathroom, it's probably not that big an emergency.
Right.
It could be bad. Something tells me if your wing is on fire or an engine really ready to drop off or something, they keep everyone in the seats.
You have to hold it.
Yeah, hold your piss until you're on fire.
Or I wasn't. And I decided, well, if this is God's will, then it's God's will, and then I am ready, And at the moment where our back wheels hit, I was just waiting for that front wheel to come down, and we expected such a huge impact. And the big surprise was that it was such a smooth, in the end, such a smooth landing. I mean, it was a very welcome anticlimax to the whole thing. I've had bumpier landings on other flights.
In every way, the best landing of your life. Well, again, thanks to all three of you. Safe travels. We'll see you here in New York.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love this shit.
Shouldn't they now just turn all the plane gear 90 degrees? They had such a great landing. Everyone's happy.
Why not?
Makes everybody so happy that they got off fine.
I had to ask myself if I was ready for this.
You ready?
I looked myself in the eyes.
Ugh. Imagine you're having this dramatic moment with yourself. You ready, man? You ready? Are you ready to... Dude, come on! I gotta take a piss!
And it wasn't...
Somebody just banging on the door to get you out.
It wasn't God's will.
Can't even have your moment.
God's too busy getting ready to wreck Texas.
Yeah.
He can't be bothered with a stupid flight. But these poor people, they flew in the air for, 3 hours to go 20 miles?
3 hours to go from Burbank to L.A.
Somebody must have said that,
That's the biggest drag of the whole thing, because you realize, cool, we made it through this.
Yeah, why don't you dump the fuel as you fly to where the fuck I'm
You can't dump the fuel on these
planes.
planes.
They said they can dump the fuel, but they burnt it up. How about you just fly to where you were going?
That's what I meant, like...
Oh, yeah.
Use up the fuel going to New York.
I thought that would probably be rough flying all the way to New York with your landing gear down. You have a little wind resistance at 30,000 feet.
That same guy's going to call back.
500-600 miles an hour.
Well, the A320, the drag that would produce.
The 300.
300, whatever.
All right, we have more audio. Let's
300, by the way, a wider body than the 320. I am sitting here right now saying I was wrong. And I apologize to that dick fuck from New Jersey, Dimitri from New Jersey, who was correct. I was wrong about the Airbus 300 and the Airbus 320, and I am saying that right now. So you can really stop emailing me and calling.
All right, let's listen to some more audio.
Passengers are arriving at Kennedy Airport this morning after tense moments in the air last night. A JetBlue JetBlue plane carrying 146 people made a safe but fiery landing at Los Angeles International Airport. This morning, some of those passengers are describing those frightening moments. Eyewitness News reporter Lisa Calagrassi is live at Kennedy Airport right now with the very latest. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Michelle. There were tears and cheers when JetBlue Flight 592 finally touched down safely at LAX. Now, the landing gear malfunctioned shortly after takeoff, forcing the pilot to circle the area for 3 hours, dumping fuel to lighten its load and reduce the risk of explosion. Some passengers were actually moved from the front of the plane to the back of the plane to help keep that nose off the ground as long as possible. Some passengers were also...
just know they were the big fat ones. Because in that situation, political correctness and being courteous and stuff goes out the fucking window. If you're moving people to the back of the plane to get weight off of the nose, it's a plane.
Yeah.
You know, me, you, Bill, you know, we're keeping our seats. If there's some fat fuck in row 1A right there sitting there, you know he's the one being moved.
And they're not being polite about it.
No.
Hey, fatty, get to the back of the plane.
Get up. You're in fucking 36F back there. Move it.
How many free miles is he getting right now? Just because you know they call him. Come on, sir. You're a fat shit.
You've got to move to the back of the plane.
We need you to sit on the
toilet. Do you think he said why?
Can you imagine you're that guy and now you have to waddle to the back of the plane and
everyone knows why you're going to the back. Oh, look, they're moving the fat fuck to get his weight off of the gear. Because that could put it over the edge where it just collapses the whole nose gear. Because he's a fat fuck.
So you got to take that uncomfortable walk. Look at
all the walk of shame.
Look at all the passengers in the eye. Hello, nice to see you.
They're bringing all the food carts back there. Everything that's heavy.
Right.
And you're fat ass.
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me.
Sir, could you just sit here?
Help keep that nose off the ground as long as possible. Some passengers were also watching the drama unfold on the in-flight TV sets.
I was amazed. It was very smooth. It was completely fine. I mean, I was just totally comfortable with it. I had my head between my legs and smelled a little smoke, but we stopped and everybody cheered.
A little oniony smell.
I can't get enough of this guy.
Had my head between my legs.
That was not a problem for me.
Very flexible.
Very flexible.
And smelled a little smoke, but we stopped and everybody cheered.
Let me just say how proud we are of the pilot, JetBlue, Scott Burke, who was absolutely cool as a cucumber.
The stewards were yelling, brace, brace, brace. People were crying. It was very scary because we were told it was going to be very loud.
Now, JetBlue...
Yeah? Wasn't Payne Stewart's pilot cool as a cucumber, too? Look how that ended.
What?
You notice how that guy went, after everything he said?
Yeah.
The pilot was on the mark.
He's doing pilot speak.
He was, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he just needs to slow it down a little.
The pilot was on the mark and kept the plane dead center on the runway. Perfect landing. Everybody was safe. Thank you for flying JetBlue from all of us here on the flight deck. We'll see you next time.
Isn't that reassuring, though? Aren't you in some way reassured when you hear, like...
I'm your pilot, Scott Mitchell.
Yeah, it's always a safe name.
My first officer, Brad Mitchell.
I just love hearing a name that looks like it's written on the side of a fighter.
Yeah.
You know? That's good. It puts your mind at ease when his voice is like that, all nice and professional. We're going to take it up to 35,000 feet, cruising altitude. Yeah, he points out some things. It's like he wouldn't be pointing out things on the plane if he was having a problem up there. He's not like fighting the controls.
Right.
Yeah, he's using his feet. Like things are on fire, and he's like,
Boulder Dam. For you people on the left side, it's Boulder Dam. Hold on 2 seconds. The view on the left side of the aircraft, you'll be able to see the Grand Canyon as we pass over.
It's very reassuring.
It sure is. Let's get to the end of this one.
Now, JetBlue added an extra flight this morning from Long Beach, California to JFK, especially for those passengers from Flight 292. They arrived just a short time ago. We talked to some of them. One guy said the pilot did such a great job of keeping them informed. He said he felt very comfortable with the crew. Another woman we talked to said she basically cried the whole time until they touched ground.
Oh, great.
Who was next to that bitch?
Great.
Who's next to the one that cried the whole time till they touched down? 3 hours in the air. Oh my God! Oh my God! The landing! I'm never gonna see my grandchildren. Oh my God, grandkids!
I know I should have tried.
Why? Why, God? All right, that for 2 hours, 59 more minutes.
That was like 40 seconds.
That was nothing. The whole time. Lady, shut up. Just shut up.
You know, she probably would start to die down, and then they would make some other announcement, which
Oh,
would
God.
start her all over.
We're going to continue burning off fuel here until we decide there's safest fuel level for our landing here.
Burning fuel! Burning fuel!
That was almost getting annoying right there. I was going to fucking throw something at you.
I know, right?
It's just like...
Now you're next to her in a plane 3 hours, knowing that that could be the last thing you experience. Is her whining.
Let's listen to another story.
The JetBlue plane carrying the passengers from that emergency landing in L.A. has just landed. One of the passengers is with me now. The plane was filled with comedians and actresses, so they all have very interesting stories to tell. With me now is aspiring actress.
The plane was filled with comedians and actresses.
Oh, that's great.
So when they say actresses, what are you thinking? Angelina Jolie. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Right.
No, just some dummy that's done nothing in the business.
I had Leslie Ann Warren,
right,
and Bob Saget on my flight. So, actress and a comedian.
Aspiring actress Amy Reese. Amy, what was it like
Who?
for you?
Very scary, but I have to say that the JetBlue personnel were very comforting. There were a lot of comforting people around me, but I didn't handle the situation well at all. I was afraid for my life for the first time, and I just felt very, very unsafe, and I just had a lot of thoughts going through my mind, and what made me cry harder was thinking about the September 11th victims, how they knew, and just that last feeling. The last moments before we were going down were very scary, and there was heat, there was the smell of oil, the cabin pressure dropped, and just being braced like that. And they made us, I never like to look at the pamphlets, I'm superstitious, and they made us like look at it and you know, so I put my pillow up with my hands, and the scariest thing is hearing the flight attendants saying, break, break. You felt like you were in a horror film.
And you actually had to assume the crash position, right?
Yes, for a long time.
What was it like to be watching it on TV, the live coverage?
That's what made me panic. No offense to the news, but that's when I realized it was something very serious.
Right, some other passengers I just spoke to said they found it comforting, but for you it was fear-inducing.
People were laughing, and people were like enjoying it, watching it, and I was a wuss in the situation.
We should say your parents are standing behind you. They were very happy to see you happy and healthy and safe this morning, and they did not know what was happening last night. Thank goodness. I'm glad you're back on safe ground here in New York City. Thank you, the Reese family, Amy Reese.
I like that. That really made me panic. No offense to the news. Hey, none taken. That's the biggest compliment you could pay those motherfuckers.
I was laughing through that clip because we have the funniest listeners in radio, man. Hopefully he'll deliver this nicely. Matt in Boston, go ahead.
Hey, guys. I just want to hear Anthony do an impression of the pilot pointing out Burbank, the MGM studios 80 times and circle in the air for 3 hours.
Can you imagine? Just over and over again.
Once again, those of you to the left can look at the MGM studios right out there. Many of your favorite movies are filmed down there, right there in Burbank. For those of you on the right, I'm sorry, we're just making a turn this way for the next 3 hours.
It's a cactus.
MGM! movies again. I looked up Amy Reese on Internet Movie Database. She's got a couple of credits. She's on an episode of ER.
Okay.
And a lot of movies. She's got 43 movies, none of which I've ever heard of.
There you go.
So she is an actress, I gather.
Let's say hi to Bob in New Jersey. Bob?
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, so picture this. You're circling in the friggin' plane around Los Angeles for 4 hours. You know there's a husband and a wife holding hands, praying like crazy. The husband decides to turn to the wife and says, honey, I've been banging the babysitter for 3 years. I have to come clean before we go down.
Ooh, no.
And says, fuck.
Can you imagine there was some idiot that had to confess a bunch of shit?
No, you know what you do? You don't confess. What you do is you get it in your head to the point where you can confess what you want to confess in 3 words. And then wait. If you see the cockpit, the whole fuselage crack open and flames start, you blurt it out then.
Fucked sitter, sorry.
Yeah.
You got the 3 words.
That's it. Boom, dead. Not there's a problem with the gear and we might have an incident here. You don't go confessing.
Before we move on, a couple more things about this incident. And it was just an incident. You comment about when the passengers finally started deplaning.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they rolled to a stop, and there was no fire or anything, no danger. And they say that the escape chutes that they use cause more injuries. When no one's been injured during the actual incident itself, more injuries are due to the escaping on those chutes and everything. So
it's because people are so out of shape.
They're out of shape. They're stupid. They don't know that you like head first with your arms like you're on a slip and slide.
Yeah.
People have no idea how to use these things. And they rolled the stairs up. And then after a little while, the door opens up and people start getting off the plane, walking down the stairs. And I noticed they had their carry-on luggage. It wasn't like, get the fuck out, there's an emergency. They were able to take their luggage. So we've all been on the planes. You know how it is. You had to sit there after what amounts to an emergency landing. It could have been very serious. But now you got to sit there and wait for the same assholes on every other flight to get their carry-on. And go the overhead and trying to pull the big one out that doesn't come out and adjusting his stuff he took out before the plane landed.
And all you want is off that
just
plane, man.
Off.
I just want off.
Oh, and then that one guy who's seated in aisle 8, but his bags are over like aisle 14.
Yeah.
He's trying to make his way. It's like, no, dude, you have to wait.
Yeah, because he decided he wasn't going to pack an actual checkable bag. He was bringing everything in like 2 carry-ons that are huge. Bashing it into the overhead. It's not fitting. The stewardess is telling him he's going to have to check it. No, I can get it. I get off of that plane so quickly. My carry-on is over my shoulder, and I'm out. And I sit there watching these people fidgeting with stuff, wrapping up their iPods, putting them back.
It's like the same idiots when they go through the security. They wait till they get up there to start taking all this shit out of their pockets.
Yeah, out of their pockets and I am ready to go.
You stick it all in one pocket, keys, all that shit. Have your watch off. You throw it in.
Throw it in. You're done. You know how
pull
fast
the laptop
lines
out
can move?
And just get
move
out of
through
the way.
It. Take your fucking shoes off. We know you're going to have to. There's like all that shit that goes on.
Those people put their coats in the overhead.
Yeah.
When they clearly say don't do that shit, and then you're trying to move around this.
Yeah.
Those Sam Kinison fucking long coats. Taking up the whole air. I want to murder all of them.
Things would move so much more quickly if everyone was exactly like me. just get the fuck off the plane. It looks like an evacuation when I leave. It just moved. And there they are, leaving this emergency with their carry-on and kind of just sauntering down the stairs. One woman was snapping pictures.
Yep.
And I noticed it wasn't until the first guy got off the plane that he actually turned around and looked at the front gear. Like, women are so weird like that. They're just happy to be off the plane. One is on the phone talking, did you see me on TV? Probably, you know. And it took like a guy to get off and turn around and go, holy shit, what the fuck happened to this thing? But I don't know. We had some problem with a wheel. The girls just don't know. Don't want to know.
We need to take a break.
Break. Oh, Jesus.
That's what I hear.
Another disaster.
Oh, Bill's gearing up. All right, we're getting audio of a passenger It's gonna get ugly today, I think. I think today.
No,
is
it
the
isn't
day
because
gets
I
ugly.
don't give a shit anymore.
All right, we're getting audio of a passenger making a video goodbye to his girlfriend.
Stop it.
Yes, we'll have
He's
that
probably
after
gonna
the
dump
break.
you anyways.
A video goodbye on the plane.
Yeah, just in case.
That's great.
Yeah, like the video camera would survive a fiery car crash. Hello, fiery plane crash.
I got them in the cell phones now. They're pretty sturdy.
Yeah.